Hello and welcome everyone to a Sacred Symbols reading. I am your host, Desiree DeMars, and it has been a while. I think it's been a month or close to that, that I have been able to have access to my computer and offer a reading. And then with a couple of weeks with my computer in the shop, I am still working on downloading and getting everything back to where it was functioning before, let alone incorporating updates and all kinds of crazy things that have happened in the last 2 weeks on different apps and platforms. So thank you for watching and returning, even though I haven't had much of a presence in the last few weeks. With that said, there has been so much going on. It is absolutely mind-boggling. Time seems to be flying at an unbelievable pace. And with the intervention or the weaving in of AI into our world on multiple levels and dimensions, some fantastic, some unbelievable, some horrifying. It's just been, the full gamut of life experiences. And that is not to include the astrological influences and discoveries that we've been having, technological advances in new cameras and telescopes, showing us really how little we know about the universe, and yet the beauty of science now coming to a place where they are understanding that the universe, you can imagine that, is actually within us, right? When we see imagery of the brain in neuroscience and neuroaesthetics, we understand that we indeed are creating everything. And all, the good, the bad, and the ugly, the glorious, the magical, and the mystical, all of it. And somehow we have chosen to be on this ride as a human being at this point in time, which historically we know that is nothing like we've ever experienced before. So with that said, I invite you to experience or join me in this invocation for a relaunch of the Sacred Symbols readings. And the best place I know to start is with the breath and attuning to your body through the breath and following that flow of energy. If you need to yawn or stretch or resituate yourself, ideally you could have 2 feet on the ground, or you feel some sense of grounding, whether it's in a chair, on the ground itself, or maybe you're lying down, and just allowing yourself to receive whatever wisdom is channeled through these sacred symbols. I invite you now to imagine a brilliant white light coming down from the heavens and anchoring you all the way down to the center of the earth. Down, 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 deeper and deeper till you feel a sensation of warmth or of activation, so to speak, of your knowing of this iron molten core. It's an iron nickel core, and we know it's probably filled with things we actually don't know much about, but we do know there's some incredible lava, this mineralization of the planet itself that feeds into everything. And if anything is missing in this, in our soil, in the earth right now, due to poor farming, just this lack of sustainable diversity of life on the planet, as we actually are experiencing a mass extinction on many levels and have been for quite a while. Just know we can tune into that deep sense of mineralization that is there at the very core of this planet. And it can nurture, revitalize, and reestablish connections and networks that we may have been disconnected from. So just feeling that connection. And the best way I know right now to feel that connection within you is to see that mirror sense or image of your own chakra system down at the base of your spine. You can just see or imagine your own mineralization, your own pool of iron molten core, your iron molten core, your iron nickel core, your inner fire, that spark, that which they say the phoenix rises from, your own inner fire that sparks your desire, sparks your passions. Feel that interconnection with planet Earth, divine feminine, and feel that within yourself at the base of your spine, the color red. It is the heme or the hemoglobin in the red blood cells that is mirroring or maybe being receptive too. Maybe these are the receptors as we see this color red or feel it or feel the heat or see a flame. You can sense that within your own chakra system. So feel that activation from the base of the spine. And as it flows in, it's by nature is just filling you up and sparking off or activating all of your chakras so that all of your chakras are open, fully functioning, front and back, balanced and aligned. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet, and white, and then spilling out over the top of your head like a fountain that is infinite and eternal. For this is the symbology or the metaphor for our toroidal field. So feel that field within you and outside of you, expanding outward, encompassing the great mystery, the all that is, the Akashic field, the knowing field. Tap into that, whatever you call it, great spirit, God. Feel that sensation of that within you, as far out as you can imagine and as deep within you as you can imagine. And then now that we have a vertical axis, imagine the heart opening even more deeply and allowing us a connection to our heart or our point of power, our 0 point, this place around the heart and the solar plexus. Feel that expanding out in a horizontal plane in every direction. And now feeling that vertical and horizontal axis, which is grounding us and yet allowing us to be expanded with the infinite and the eternal, the great mystery. And with that, we will affirm together, Divine Mother, Heavenly Father, Infinite Creator of all that is, of all that is. Come and be with us. Come and be with us. Sit beside us as we ask for your guidance, your intuition, these aspects of our masculine and feminine, both sides of the coin. The power is in that 0 point, in the pause point, and allow yourselves through the breath to feel your access to all that is, to this masculine and feminine aspect of your brain and of all the information that is out there in the great mystery, in the greater sense of spirit or God. And then together, let's call in all of the directions, the east, the south, the west, the north, above, below, and the middle. Come and be with us. Come and be with us. Sit beside us in the sacred circle. That we are present here today through the offering of blue corn, tobacco, and flower petals that have been blessed in previous ceremonies. This sacred circle here representing the core or the focal point of the reading today. May it encompass all that has transpired in this last month, the Lion's Gate, the full moon that has passed, and now this new moon that has just passed, and we are in the shadow of. And then we will be coming into, or maybe we just had actually this black moon, something we could not see. What a great example, but that it is there. It is happening in our cosmology, in the unification of our own hearts, connecting with this deep feminine aspect of the self. Come and be with us. Come and be with us. All of the elementals, earth, air, fire, water, ether, plasma, neutrinos, gammas, and all those elements yet unknown to man. Come and be with us. Sit beside us. In honor of this good red road we are walking and this information that we are asking for or calling in here today, bring your guidance, wisdom, and understanding to this information. Come and be with us. Come and be with us, all of our guides, angels, teachers, guardians, those seen and unseen forces, the two-legged, the four-legged, the many-legged, the winged ones, the finned ones, the creepy crawlers, the plasmic energy codes and fields that are existing around us and within us at all times, even though we may not be consciously aware of them. Come and be with us. Come and be with us. All of our ancestors, those who've gone before us, lived a good life and transcended and are now here working on our behalf. Come and be with us. Come and be with us, the living and the dead, the past, the present, and the future. Come and be with us. Acknowledge our gratitude and appreciation for this information, for this understanding, for this wisdom to be incorporated into our being, every cell, organ, and tissue of our being. Let it be moving through us with ease and grace. And may this information not only benefit us, but may it benefit all those we come in contact with simply by the state of our being. And if you have a guide, angel, or teacher for protection, for safe boundaries, I encourage you to call them in, bringing their shield of power and protection so that what is mine and what is yours is yours. So just sitting with that for a moment and then allowing the sound of the rattle to help with the integration process of being in a deeper alpha or theta state so that we are not so much in that left brain thinking, but more in the right brain in a sense, so that we are acknowledging that we are the creators, we are the inventors, we are the intuitors of what this information means to us and how we might integrate it into real time and everyday life here and now. In full faith, so be it. Aho. So next, the fun part. Blow into the basket 3 times with this heartfelt intention that you have for yourself here today. And I will meet you on the other side for a bird's eye view with my overhead camera. Wow. What I will say right off the bat was that was a pretty interesting way the pieces fell out. And please excuse my adjustment here of the cloth. Um, I think it's fascinating immediately because I was noticing as these pieces fell, uh, for some reason this caught my eye, the dice here. And it's right now on the 9, which I would say is completion, but it had originally landed on the 5, which I was noticing as even a personal message for like movement, having more movement or keeping moving. That seems really important right now. But here it is at the 9, which is completion, and the 1, a beginning. And then there's the 5 ended up over there. So if you were sitting across from me, you might actually see that 5, but I think in this overhead version, you cannot. But what's interesting is it was displaced by the landing of this piece here, the water. There are huge things going on with water right now, our awareness of water and what it is. I'll recommend checking out Veda Austin for her research in water and the language and intelligence of water. And also, it's the blueprint. It's like what we came in with, which makes absolute and total sense. This is being emphasized right now. It is the truth. The sword of truth is information, new information about water. And it is showing up as a part of the blueprint, like we knew this. And that is why we came here. Maybe this is essentially what is all about, or maybe it's something about our evolution that we are needing to know so that we can move forward, that we can stay more grounded. We have the giant sea lily here. I really need to write a book about these pieces and the symbology. I hope that I can do that in the near future. I've been gathering information for years, but because I know it's hard to understand each piece in a simple reading. So the beauty of the book would be you could use it as a reference. But let's just look at what is ending. You know, what are these things that are being completed in our life right now? What are the new beginnings that we are interested in? And how can we move forward? If I were to lose those 3 numbers numerologically, I would say, yeah, what do we want? What's our new vision? What are we letting go of in order to have the new vision? And how are we going to be moving forward or making movement a part of the process? Because I personally am finding it so easy, you know, to sit in front of the computer or to be organizing things, meeting with people and that, and I'm sitting more than ever. And the older I get, the more I realize that it's critical. So that truth, you know, whatever that truth is for you, it is being emphasized right now, and it is affecting you on a physical level. And then this is very fascinating to me. This is your grandfather on your mother's side. So your mother's father is resting right on top with 2 other ancestors here, actually 3. But they're young ones, or actually, yeah, these are a young child and a young adult on your mother's side, grandfather on your mother's side, resting right on the inquiry. And then I could have not made this up, but here we have a little piece. This is dragon's blood. So it's about the medicine. You know, these ancestors are our medicine. Especially grandfather, I would say, is really lined up with your inquiry. Grandfather, whether you knew your grandfather or not, there is an aspect of grandfather, even as a symbol, you could say, the symbology of a grandfather. That this is something that is calling attention. Maybe this is something that is needing completion. And the other ancestors, the third that I did not mention, aside from grandfather, is this is your father. So how fascinating that this is father. So father, there is something, maybe the lock is right on top of him. So maybe there's something that is still uncovered, not disclosed, still a mystery, but this will bring, or is in the process of bringing, almost like a rebirth to you. And this idea of a rebirth is, it is the key to your abundance. And we know abundance is more than money, but it could be finances, it could be something that you equate to, or have a desire to have more of. Because some of this process that I'm speaking of is very Plutonian. It's much bigger than you personally. And then we have it, Pluto resting on the moon, which is saying these greater changes that we have absolutely no control of, because we are not the only one deciding or deciphering them, but they can be or hold a great amount of emotion to them, obviously, with the moon there. So, a lot of emotion. And then it's so beautiful that the key is right here in alignment with the lock. The key is here. I just love how this is connected. This is the great ones, the greats, and the great, great, great parents on your mother's side. This was your grandfather on your mother's side. These are the great ones on your mother's side. These are the angelics. They are wide open. Call them in for support, whether you believe in them or not. It is worth a shot, right? It is worth a try to connect into that energy, the angelics. There is a beautiful channeler named Anne. I think if you just say channel angels, I think it's just like an angel channel. Beautiful information. And the other reason I say just kind of keep this in mind as something playful, because we have deer toe here, which is all about innocence, right? And so it's that childlike awe and wonder. Stay in that place around the idea of angelics, and allow for the invention within your own mind. Even the acceptance of your mind. I just listened to an incredible, a deeply informational webinar about tinnitus or tinnitus and hearing, and what we're learning and discovering about that. And so much of the sounds that come into our brain that we are receiving unconsciously or consciously, so much of it depends on what we train our brain or tell our brain we want to hear. So just throw that in your in your bonnet for thought somewhere down the road. But what's important about all this overall, I say, is here at the center of this little configuration is the shaman. It is healer, heal thyself, be your own shaman, or seek out those you feel who are masterful at something that you are working on in your own life, and get that kind of support, right? Definitely on a physical level, but also on a emotional and spiritual level. And right at the center of all this, I think there's going to be too much to talk about in this reading, because I hate to make them too long, because I think I lose people, is that talking stick is important, and it's facing up. So it's like what's important is for you to speak or communicate what your truth is. And really, that will help you or allow you to move forward even in a deeper way, maybe even more quickly, because I feel like overall what is happening here, second chakra, third eye, is this idea of we are literally spiraling through space. We are growing in a spiral fashion. What we know is, everything is unfolding or unfurling in a spiral. So we really are not going around and around in a circle. That's the way I learned science is, okay, we're going around and around and around the sun, but we are moving forward, and everything is moving forward faster than we can even imagine. So new discoveries, new understandings, and these are all leading to a much greater transfiguration or transformation where something is not quite, not yet created. That's what this little bone is here. That which is not yet created is coming into a complete transfiguration. So keep your eye on the prize. This is where keep your eye on the distant future, and communicate what you see, what you feel. This is the crown chakra, and this is your solar plexus. So, just really tapping into your own power, seeing how they are connected, reaching out and connecting to community when needed. Community is important. Always, 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 really look into community. What do you offer to community, and what does community offer to you? And then let me see what else I want to address here. The other aspect of what's here at center is, we are all on the spiritual journey together. The timing of things, I would say, is moving rather quickly, and it is moving. It's interesting how my two timekeepers here are mirrored with the ancient men. We were saying this male aspect on your mother's side is really needing attention or clearing, or maybe it was receiving clearing from the Lion's Gate or this full moon we just went through, or this new moon, this dark moon. But we have both on both sides. This is your mother's, no, I'm sorry, this is the father's, this is the mother's, the ancient men, the ancient masculine, and it is really facilitating heart healing. And this recognition, the other grandfather is right here, your father's father, really touching this star, the collective. We're going through this as a collective and individually, and here's your mother. So it's beautiful, a father and mother, but acknowledging the star that you are, right? And the star nations, the greater family, the greater masculine and feminine. Think bigger, think outside the box. And this is really important in this, really in accomplishing ultimately, I think what we're all going for, or all roads are leading to the divine union with the self as one, the little self and the big self. And the healing is coming through this revisioning of Saturn, of the masculine, of structures, authority figures, and masculine aspects that no longer work for us and are needing revision. It's not to throw everything out, but to just say there are things that need to be revised. Be doing ceremony in your own way. Take time for inner reflection, and know that through that you can connect into the eternal, that where there is no time and space, it is not linear, and that anything is possible. Wish big. The greater picture here is to wish big and do it from a place of that childlike innocence. And it's interesting, it's not showing up on the screen. I'm gonna have to move this quite a bit here to show you. Let's see, here we go. Oops, can I get it in? Yeah. Okay. This piece here would represent you. There's a deep internal process happening right now within you, within all of us. We are all having to do deep inner work right now because our DNA is changing from multiple factors, from our intention to want to all these solar flares and all kinds of things that are happening with the quality of light that is coming into the earth at this point in time. And so I will just say that much about this outer ring, because there's so much. If you would like an individual reading, I am providing those through Zoom, so I can work with anyone around the world. And I will have information below this recording about how you can make an appointment to have a one-on-one session. I live on the West Coast in the state of Oregon. So if you are in the Ashland area, I could see you in person. If not, you can check out my readings that I do usually on the new and the full moon, or if I'm guided by spirit to do additional readings, I do, and I'm going to join you back on the other side and close the circle. All right, switching that camera back. I hope everyone received something from this reading that was of value for them, that supported them in some way, reflected something, something about their own inner truth that is going on, or helped give them a breadcrumb to a next step. I also, as a practitioner of hypnosis, BQH hypnosis, I do past life regression work if you're interested in that. So again, just to express the gratitude and appreciation for this good red road that we walk upon, for this information that was received today, and for all those we come in contact with that are mirroring this process in our life too. We say thank you, thank you, thank you. And just closing the circle, I hope everyone is well and safe, and I welcome you to join me at the next full moon. Aho.